birthday, Virgo. Welcome to your September 2016 Runescope. My name is Amanda. This month I will be once again using my trusty Golden Tarot by Cat Black. And for your spiritual guidance reading over on my Vimeo On Demand page, I will be pulling one card for you from the Fairies Oracle by the magical, wonderful Brian Froud. So, let's get started here, Virgo. Please do keep in mind these are general readings. So you can get some more information, some clarification, and sometimes all of your messages may come through your rising sign. So you'll want to watch the video for that as well. If you would like something far more specific, you can schedule an appointment with me. I do private sessions on Skype. They are $65 for 30 minutes. Just drop me a line at runescopes4you@gmail.com. It's here in the video and also below if you want to get in touch with me and schedule an appointment. Lately, I don't know if it was the retrograde planets or what, but I had a lot of people, well, like a handful of people, constantly emailing me asking my schedule, but then never booking an appointment. And these tend to be repeat offenders, some like stretching back years, but just a heads up, I stopped responding to those messages after a certain point because I'm just a one-person operation. So I have to devote my time and energy to people who are serious about booking with me. So, and most people are, this is a small minority, but for some reason they all came out of the woodwork at the same time over the last month or two. So, so yeah, I'm certainly not the majority, but I just wanted to say that and let people know, you know, my schedule's the same every week. So, you know, if you've emailed me 13 times and none of those times or dates are going to work for you, then, you know, it's probably just not meant to be. So, but let's see what we've got here, Virgo, for your birthday month. As far as focus. So we have Page of Cups coming up here for the focus or challenge of the month. So some of you could be dealing with a water sign child. Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. And some of you, this could be like a custody issue because I do have separation or divorce coming up with the runes that are next to this. But so you could be trying to help one of your children adjust to a divorce or separation or a new living arrangement. But there could also, maybe some of you are adjusting to your child living with someone else. So maybe, you know, your former mate or spouse got custody and now you are having to adjust to being separated from your child. Or just being separated on the weekends or whatever the arrangement may be. So, but the good news is there's a lot of positives surrounding this. So it is going to be it's going to turn out to be a positive arrangement, adjustment. And this child will actually flourish for many of you in the new environment or with this new situation. I just feel like they need some time to adjust or they need some time to kind of get their bearings about it. But for the most part, yeah, I do see that this child is going to come out of this. Now, for some, this may be, you know, it may not be a person at all. This could be, sometimes the Page of Cups could be a message of love coming from someone that you used to be married to, that you used to be involved in a relationship with, wanting to start again, wanting to renew things, wanting a new beginning. Some of you may just be hoping for that, you know, because this is coming up in the challenge position. So, I mean, maybe there's someone you're wanting to hear from, not necessarily a romantic relationship. It could be anyone that you care about or love, because the cups, you know, when they talk about emotions and talk about love, it's anyone that we care about, that we love. So some of you may be wanting to hear from someone that you've been estranged from or someone that you've been separated from. Because we have the Five of Wands here in the present circumstances, also kind of the advice position. I tend to find that this tends to be where the advice comes in. Five of Wands is with these runes talking about you know, there may be some petty bickering, arguing over children, arguing with a mother or mother-in-law over seeing a child, or, you know, maybe a former mother-in-law over when they're going to get to see a child. But this could also be, you know, kind of, if you do receive a message from someone that you used to be involved with, or that you were romantically connected to, there may be a bit of a, like a mock battle, which is what the Five of Wands can signify. But I think you're going to feel conflicted about some of you either responding to this message or going back to this relationship. Now, some of you may be sending a message and you don't get a response back, and that's the challenge, is you kind of moving forward without getting the response that you were wanting, or without hearing back from someone. Again, these energies can work both ways, so definitely a situation where you're going to want to watch your rising sign, or certainly you can set up a private session and we can take a look at whatever you're dealing with specifically. But so yeah, but with the blank rune here, it's time to move forward. So I feel like once you kind of, whether this conflict is within yourself or with another person, it's going to send you through this door that is going to change your life. So a big month for September here, I feel, whenever that rune is on the table, for sure. There are changes happening, and I feel like if you're fighting or trying to hold on to the past, that's not going to be in your best interest from what I'm seeing here on the table, because the Two of Cups is here in reverse. So going backwards, getting back with someone, especially if you've broken up, you've separated before, you're going through a divorce, it's you're just delaying the inevitable. You know, it is time to move on to relationships that better serve you, people that have your best interest at heart, rather than someone who, you know, has taken advantage of your good nature, or really been very withholding of affection. Because I feel like many of you Virgos, again, not all of you, but many of you may have been involved in a relationship where it was more like a business arrangement rather than an emotional connection. And, you know, or maybe if you felt that, the other person didn't, or vice versa. So this is, you know, that's, you could maybe be business partners, but that's not what should be going on in a love relationship. I mean, you know, you can be on your own and lonely. The worst is kind of being in a couple and feeling lonely, or feeling like the person is not there for you who is supposed to be. Now, the help that's going to be available, we have the Seven of Swords. So I feel like if anyone is trying to be sneaky, anyone is trying to be manipulative, you're going to know it, probably from past behavior. And that's kind of the indication that's coming up with need here, is that, you know, someone's going to try to put you through another round of a hard lesson, and intuitively you're going to know that they are being sneaky. They are not being honest. They're, you know, they're trying to take advantage of you, trying to get something out of you. Maybe they want to be with you for financial reasons, and you know, that would be better for them, especially if children are involved, or there are you know, and they don't want to pay the child support. They don't want to do, you know, so they're just like, oh, well, I'll just get back together with this person. That way I, you know, won't have to pay out all this money. Because that's what's coming up in the, what must be accepted about the month of September. We got the King of Coins in reverse. So this is like the ultimate, like his only motivation for anything is money. He does not, there are no emotions around this man. So now this could be an earth sign guy, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But I mean, it would be like, you know, on the darker side of that energy. Or it could just be saying this is someone, you know, of any sign with the traits of the King of Coins in reverse. So yeah, this could be someone who's very possessive of what he's very greedy, very possessive, very selfish, not just with money, but also with power, with like, he's very, very concerned about keeping his position as head of the company, head of the household. He has to be the boss. This is not a guy that takes orders from anyone else very well. He will spend lavishly on himself, but everything else is on the cheap. If he's like, so he's like the worst gift giver ever. You know, like whatever's the cheapest is what you're gonna get from this guy. So what the runes next to this are saying is that, you know, his motivations, they may seem hidden at first, or maybe you didn't know this at first when you first met this person. You thought he was a good guy. You thought, you know, this is going to be a great relationship. He seems to be down to earth. He's good with money. But I mean, you have found out what his true nature is. So what the runes are saying is, don't let someone deceive you into, you know, going through this again. If you've already started divorce proceedings, or if you've already started separation proceedings, then this is going to be best that you move forward, because that's going to be the new beginning for you, the new gateway for you. So, yeah, I feel like this guy either doesn't want to move. He doesn't want to have to pay child support. Maybe you don't have children, but he doesn't want to, you know, have to move out of the house, or, you know, he wants to keep the house. He wants you to move out. For some of you, that could be the case. It's like he's saying, you know, I'm not going to move out, you move out. That sort of thing. Now, for some of you, you know, this could be a boss or a coworker who is, you know, maybe it's going around that there aren't going to be raises this year, or he's just like really tightening the belt, but like his employees are suffering. So for those of you that it's not a relationship, it could certainly be a work situation, and you know, it's somebody who is disappointing either you and maybe a lot of people, and like taking advantage of you. Like, you know, you're doing hard work, or maybe they're putting more work on you, but not increasing your pay. That's going to come up in September in one way or another for many of you Virgos. Again, not all, but you know, these messages are for Virgos who are still struggling with breaking free of kind of a broken, dysfunctional, toxic relationship or situation. Those of you that have already, great. You know, you've already gone through the doorway, but there are apparently still quite a few Virgos who have not, because this has been a theme for, I believe, pretty much the whole year for Virgo. Of, you know, whoever's just taking and not giving, out of here. I don't care if you've been together for 10 minutes or 10 years. It's time to go. Because it's taking too much. It's draining too much. And it's never going to improve, because this person is never going to change. No matter what they say, no matter what sweet email you get, or a sweet little text you get from this person, they're not looking to change their circumstances, change their personality, change their behavior. Now, for some of you, this does not, again, have to be a romantic relationship. This could just be someone that you've been in conflict with, a coworker or a family member. But I feel like for the most part, you know, this is somebody that you care about. So, I mean, or that you love in some way, or used to. And this could be someone around you going through this. If it's not you dealing with custody and a divorce, it could be someone close to you. And it could be causing some strife, some arguments in the family, particularly with mom or a mother figure, or someone who is a mother, because they're dealing with children and custody issues and financial support for kids, things like that. Could also be the father of a child dealing with the mother of this child, and it's, you know, causing, you know, trying to work something out, but it's just not going well. Now, for those of you, some of you, there may be a new person coming in at the same time that you're kind of getting out of this relationship. Some of you may already have someone around. And I think that came up last month or maybe the month before for Virgo. But yeah, some of you may already have someone that you want to move forward with, but you know, you can't get rid of this person. They're not getting the hint. They're not getting the message that you're done. So yeah, in that case, I feel like, you know, they're just trying, again, to delay the inevitable and trying to, you know, hold on to you because of the financial benefit, because of the, their possessive nature, kind of like, oh, you know, I'm the one to leave. No one leaves me. Some of you may be dealing, I mean, this guy can be abusive, normally not in the physical sense. That would be more of a king of swords or a king of rods, but this guy in the reverse can be certainly emotionally and verbally abusive, but probably more emotionally. And he can be also be very possessive, very jealous. This could be somebody in a relationship that's very clingy and just overly, you know, power hungry, wants to control your every move and tell you what to do. And, you know, come on, that doesn't fly. You're a grown person. This can be a woman as well. It does not have to be a man. I you know, most of you know that by now, but whenever people come up in these general readings, it can be male or female. But yeah, this could be someone who's clingy, very possessive, very jealous. You know, you always have to check in with them 30 times if you go to the grocery store. I mean, you know, someone like that who has a lot of insecurity. And for those of you that are meeting someone new, and this is not like an ex or someone that you're trying to, you know, break free from, if you're hearing stories and hearing things about this new person, you know, if this person says, well, yeah, my last relationship broke up and there was a restraining order against me. And, you know, most people are always going to make themselves the victim in those situations when they're telling the story. But you can glean a lot of information from that as well. So yeah, just kind of, again, anyone who's trying to kind of pull the wool over your eyes or, you know, deceive you in some way, your intuition is going to be screaming at you, this doesn't seem right, or you know, this feels kind of like someone's trying to get one over on me, or wear a mask that's false. So just listen to your intuition, Virgo. It's a month about relationships. You know, perhaps several going on at once or simultaneously, one ending, another beginning. Those of you that are, you know, you have left, my gosh, don't go back to a toxic situation, please, because you'll just be closing this door of opportunity. You'll be closing this door of new experiences and leaving the strife behind for a more positive phase. And just, you know, staying in this situation of disappointment and sadness, really, Virgo. And I'm sorry, I wanted to give you a happy birthday reading, but hopefully, you know, hearing this will help you kind of maneuver through at least this situation. You know, this is probably just, what comes up in these readings is because we're talking about the challenge of the month, the biggest challenge of the month. But I mean, that could just last one day, 1 week. You know, not every month is going to be like, you know, not every situation is going to color a whole month. So definitely check out your rising sign. Or like I said, feel free to drop me a line and we'll set up an appointment. But now I'm going to pull a card for you from the Fairies Oracle, once again by Brian Froud. And the link to my Vimeo page is below where you will find that. Just meet me over there and we will pull a card and see if we can get more guidance, more advice for you for the month of September. Happy birthday once again, Virgo. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next month.